very mentally unstimulated.
Yeah.
So you got to try to find out ways to keep our minds alive, basically.
Yeah.
We try to read the paper. We do. One lady came by and she asked if we needed something. And we said, well, you have like a puzzle book. Because we'll do crossword puzzles and Sudokus.
Do you like Sudoku?
I like it pretty well.
Yeah.
I'm moderately good at it.
Yeah, I never got into it. My sister and my grandpa are crazy about
Oh,
it.
yeah?
So, yeah. So that would be something.
Well, I prefer nonfiction.
Yeah.
History books, science books, stuff like that.
Cool.
When it comes to fiction, I like science fiction.
Science fiction, okay. Some more creative stimulation kind of stuff. That's cool. That's cool. I don't know if you ever read any Orson Scott Card, Ender's Game?
No, I wanted to read that though.
I'm gonna bring you a copy. That is the most fantastical book.
Yeah.
So tell us, what's this behind you? This work of art.
This is years in the making. They started on this before I got here.
Yeah.
And added to it more and more. We keep our aluminum cans back here, and eventually, when it builds up enough, one of us comes and collects it and takes it down to the recycling yard.
Yeah.
And we just kind of throw our trash and stuff in there. And when it gets a little too full, we take it over to the dumpster and throw some of it away.
Cool.
So basically, it's our
conservation.
I like to call it my living room.
Yeah.
we generally don't like that much.
Yeah.
We generally don't like it.
Do you see that?
Can you see them? Can you spot them?
We're pretty good at spotting. Basically, if you see someone who appears to be disabled, appearances aren't always what they have.
Yeah, and if they're
a lot of times people are out there faking it and everything. I got one friend out here. His name's Terry, and he's got one of those injuries that you can't really fake. He's only got one leg.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's pretty legit.
Yeah.
But a lot of them are just. They play it up, or they fake it, or they put on like a fake cast or something like this.
Yeah.
And it kind of gives us all a bad name.
And they get in their car and go home.
Well, some of them do. Some of them do have houses. They like get some sort of government check or whatever, but they got some sort of drug habit to fill. So they come out, play bum for a day.
Okay.
But most of it. Directly affects me because when people are worried about losing their homes, they're not really in a giving mood.
Less generous.
Yeah, if they're worried about losing their job, they're trying to put aside some money for that time when they're looking for a job.
Right.
So it affects us like that directly. But also, we're seeing more and more folks out here.
Yeah.
And
So it's more competitive.
well, no, it's not. Someone that's brand new to the street is a pretty pathetic sight because they have no idea how to survive. They have no idea what to do, and we kind of have to, show them.
So you help them out.
We try to.
Yeah, if they're willing to.
You can pretty much size someone up in a day.
Yeah.
Doesn't even take a day.
Yeah.
A lot of times, some of the people that come through, they're straight out of prison.
Yeah.
Because the other day some guy came out, he was, called himself Aryan, like one of those racist gangs in prison or whatever, prison gangs, some guy. He's all tatted up and everything. He'd been in prison, he was, I think 28 years old, he said. He'd been in jail or prison since he was 17 straight on through. And so he basically grew up in there.
Yeah.
And he had no idea how to make it on the outside world. So basically what he ended up doing was did some stupid stuff and landed himself back in.
On purpose. I mean,
because he couldn't make it out.
Have you seen Shawshank Redemption?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of that whole.
Yeah.
You get so used to, especially that long in the system. That's your home.
That's your whole world.
Right.
And so we get people out like that. Sometimes they make it, sometimes they don't.
Right.
Like there was one guy he got out after doing 10 years straight, and he had a strong desire to make it, and we kind of helped him out a little bit, helped him land on his feet a little bit out here, and then he ended up getting a job, getting off the streets.
Awesome. I was researching homelesshouston.org is a big organization here in Houston that provides lots of shelters, and they do what they can to help the homeless. But a lot of their facilities are closing down. They're I think it's the Gale House. Some home in Houston just closed down recently because there was no funding and et cetera. So I'm thinking I don't know how many homeless people, but if there's 1,000 in Houston, that's right. So there's over 1,000 walking billboards. I mean, if someone could advertise, and do you know what? So to have a homeless person holding a sign that says "should have gone to monster.com," it's funny. It makes an impression. It makes you laugh, and it advertises monster.com. And if I was monster.com, I would pay you at least $10 an hour, to hold a sign like that. And if that's more than you're making normally, you're no longer panhandling. You're working. You could. I mean, $10 an hour, as many hours a day that you work, you could afford, housing. So that's kind of what I'm hoping to do with this, in getting that exposure and just kind of presenting that idea to people that they can get advertising and it's a win-win. So, anything else? I think we've pretty much
covered.
Yeah, video one's over.